What is going on? Welcome to this channel. My name is Sim, and in this video I'm going to explain you the 4 things you need to build muscle. Whatever diet, you need these 4 things to build muscle. Well, if you're into working out, then you probably heard countless people telling you about the importance of post-workout nutrition, glycogen synthesis, protein synthesis, yada 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 yada, and all those things, and that you need carbohydrates to do it. Well, in my experience, and what science is also telling you, is that you actually don't need. Carbohydrates are the only macronutrient that your body doesn't need for survival. Unlike amino acids and fatty acids, carbohydrates are non-essential. Oh shit. So what are the 4 things you need to build muscle? The first and probably the most important variable for this is adequate training stimulus, which basically means that you need to train hard enough. The thing is that your body, it tries to maintain as little muscle mass as possible because, you know, it's too expensive of a tissue to have for survival. It would prefer much rather to be lightweight, to not have this expensive tissue around. And if you don't have a reason to be carrying on muscle mass, then your body is not going to want to build muscle either. You need to stimulate muscle growth. And one key important thing to remember is that your body can't differentiate between the resistance it encounters. Lifting weights, lifting your own body weight, holding static positions, sprinting explosive movements, they're all the same for the body. As long as it taxes your muscles in some shape or form, it's gonna count as muscle growth. That's why I myself tend to do some more bodyweight exercises, because it's more fun, it's actually more beneficial for your joints because you don't have to lift that many heavy weights. There are different ways of stimulating more intensity and thus increasing your body's ability to increase the amount of muscle fibers. The second thing is protein synthesis.
You gotta eat big to get big.
You need the essential amino acids to build new tissue. They're the building blocks of your body, and with the essential fatty acids, they're required for life. How much protein you need depends on your level of lean body mass, how often you train, at what intensities, but in general the amount is somewhere around 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound of lean body mass. Studies have shown that there are no significant benefits to going over 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. So if you're an individual who weighs 175 pounds of lean mass, then you can get away with eating about 100 to 130 grams of protein a day and successfully build muscles. You definitely don't need to be eating like 200 grams of protein a day like some bodybuilders do. You're gonna burn off some sugar, but you're gonna also piss out the most of it. Pissed off! And what's more, you may be eating a lot of protein, but are you absorbing those amino acids? That's a whole nother story. You can consume a lot of whey protein shakes, eat some chicken breast, some egg whites, but if you're not absorbing those amino acids, then you're still just pissing them out.
Mr. Kimble have to go to the bathroom. There is no bathroom!
Instead, what you have to do is promote the health and integrity of your microbiome. You have to eat enough fiber, you have to eat some probiotics and some fermented foods. And you need to get enough digestive enzymes that will allow you to break and absorb the foods that you eat. What I tend to do is eat a lot of green leafy vegetables, some sauerkraut, some pickles. I consume some apple cider vinegar with some lemon juice because it's going to promote the creation of digestive enzymes before I eat. And I also take a probiotic supplement.
Stick around.
The third thing is excess energy. You need to be consuming more calories. When you're lifting weights or doing resistance training, then you're causing micro traumas to your muscle fibers. In order for them to grow, they need to be repaired. That's why protein synthesis is required to shuttling these nutrients into the muscle.
Get to the chopper!
But you also need some other calories for doing so. Usually it comes in the form of glucose, but your body can also readapt and use fat for it. What's funny, when you're on the ketogenic diet, then you can actually build lean muscle at the expense of your own body fat. It's quite rare and very difficult and a very slow process, but it can happen.
Put that cookie down, now!
And the fourth thing you need is adequate hormonal output. You need enough of the anabolic hormones to promote all this muscle building growth. Well, the most important ones are testosterone and human growth hormone. There are many, but these are the two most important ones. Insulin is responsible for shuttling nutrients in the body, but it's not essential for building new tissue. Leucine, which is found in eggs is the primary essential amino acid that drives protein synthesis. Human growth hormone gets stimulated by exercise, fasting, and it gets released the most during the first few hours of sleep. So it doesn't matter how hard you train or how much protein you eat, if you still sleep like shit.
But I say just sleep a little faster.
Sleep is actually one of the most important variables for recovering from the training that you do, both physical and mental. mTOR is the body's main anabolic muscle building pathway. At the same time, you don't want to overstimulate mTOR, IGF-1 or protein synthesis either, because it's gonna accelerate aging and increase the rate at which your cancer cells and tumors begin to grow. So what you want to do instead is maintain this elusive balance between catabolism and anabolism. You want to build some muscle by eating some leucine and protein, but at the same time you want to induce autophagy by doing some intermittent fasting and caloric restriction, so that your body could have a time to recover and repair itself.
Take out the papers and the trash.
And that's why I think the ketogenic diet is like the perfect way of building and maintaining lean body mass. It's very easy to build muscle, and it's also very good for your longevity, because you're not overstimulating insulin, you're not overstimulating mTOR constantly all the time, and it's gonna allow your body to promote its lifespan at the same time. If you want to learn more about how to build muscle, especially on the ketogenic diet, and how to improve your longevity at the same time, then I definitely advise you to get Keto Bodybuilding. It's my best-selling ebook on Amazon, and it's a blueprint for low-carb training. Anyways, thanks for watching this video.
If you don't scrap that kitchen floor,
Click the like, subscribe, notification bell as well.
you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak. Don't talk back.
My name is Seem. Thanks for watching. Stay sustainable, stay empowered.